My name is Stephanie Cates and I'm with Merchant Processing Solutions. Today I want to talk to you about the difference between convenience fee, service fee program or service charge, surcharging, and also the latest one, non-cash adjustment. Each one of these carry a different way of implementing. They carry different rules and regulations. Let's start with convenience fee. Convenience fee program is only used by certain categories in the industry. And that right now is any government agency or education. So if you go to pay a ticket and you're going to pay online with a credit card, you're going to see a service fee or potentially a convenience fee. Basically, the difference there is Visa calls it a convenience fee, whereby MasterCard and American Express call it a service fee. That's pretty much the difference there. Let me remind you, though, that service fees are not to be charged if you pay in person, if you pay with a check. It is for an online service which costs them above and beyond whatever they're charging you. So for example, the fine, your penalty for that ticket is $100. If you paid them only $100 and they didn't have a service fee, they would end up only getting, let's say, $97. Let's say it's a 3% fee for processing your card. They have to take on what they're owed. And so you're going to see a convenience fee of usually around $3, $2, $4. They do have some maximums that they have to follow. And education's the same thing. If you're going to pay for a semester or some classes or whatever, you will be charged in today's world a convenience fee or a service fee. Let's see now. It's a flat fee, like I said, or it's a fixed fee, and regardless of the value of your transaction. So you would pay, let's say $100, you pay $2, and for $10,000, you pay $2. I know it sounds crazy, but it's basically to help offset the price of their processing. Again, the way to get away from that is to set up ACH, send a check, or go in person and pay with cash or check. Using a credit card is going to incur those fees. Let's see now. Oh, convenience fees or service fees are not allowed on recurring payments. So should you be set up on a recurring, let's say you're going to be paying a semester over a period of time, that particular type of installment or recurring is not subject to surcharge or convenience fee. All surcharges and convenience fees must be disclosed at the time of the transaction, actually before. So what will happen is you'll go in to make a payment, you'll put your credit card in, or where you put the credit card number in or the amount that's there, it's going to tell you you will get a service charge or a convenience charge of $4, for example. And you have to know that up front, and when you basically go ahead and fill it out and send it, you have agreed to pay that. Okay, so that's the most important thing. Now let's move on to surcharging. Surcharging is now legal in the state of Florida. There were 10 states that did not make it legal out of the 50. Florida was one of them. Colorado is another one, and they still have not approved it. But Florida approved it through actually, I believe it was kind of like a lawsuit that was brought to the state's attention, and one of the secretaries of finance or whatever, Secretary of State, went in and because of a class action lawsuit nationwide, Florida basically said it's now legal. So in July of 2021, it became legal. Now, if you say, oh, I've already been charging that, you may have, and through companies that are in other states and that did not tell you that it was illegal, and you're very lucky. Because the penalty by Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express is actually expulsion from using credit cards. So it really has a large penalty, or it's a suspension or expulsion. It depends on how grave they consider the infraction. So let's talk about surcharge. Surcharge is a little tricky. I know because unfortunately one of my clients and I found out the hard way. It's only on credit cards. So if I come to your store and I'm going to buy a new dress, and the dress is $100, and you have it set up at 3.99 surcharge, which is the percentage that you may pay if you were getting the traditional, but now you're going to pass that on to the client, they would see a surcharge of 3.99. If they use their debit card, then the surcharge actually is not put on there, and who pays the surcharge is the merchant, meaning that only actual credit cards, not debit cards. When I refer to debit, it's PIN debit and signature debit. Both are exempt from surcharging. And this really creates a problem because, you know, you're semi-paying your fees, not completely vanquishing your fees. So let me just give you a few guidelines. Surcharging has a maximum of 4%. It is illegal to charge anything over 4% on surcharging. It must be disclosed on the paper statement or on the invoice that they're paying for, or anything before they actually put their credit card in. They put their amount in, they have to recognize it, and once they have seen that and they have authorized that payment, they have accepted that surcharge and they're paying it. And that's about all I have on that. Now, one of the newest ways that we can set up cards and to kind of avoid the scenario with the debit card is called non-cash adjustment. Now, this has been a way to skirt around the surcharging dilemma. Again, we talked about surcharging only be for credit cards, but our company with our MX product has a non-cash adjustment program where all credit cards, regardless whether they're debit or credit or signature debit, would also have that, it would say non-cash adjustment. So cash pay patrons would not pay any service fee whatsoever. However, if they're using a credit card of any type, that would be charged. And this has, like I said, you still have the 4% max. You also have the same guidelines from all the brands, but at least this time you could do credit cards and debit cards. So that's the difference there. And a lot of my clients are going in that direction. So let's talk finally, although surcharging, non-cash adjustment, convenience fee, service fees, they're all really great ways for a merchant to offset the cost of merchant processing, which we all know used to be much higher than it was, and it's come down, but it's eking up. And of course, it's eating away at profits. So if you're in a traditional credit card processing company and they don't have this to offer you, you can give us a call. But I do want you to know that we strictly follow the guidelines of all the brands, which is Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express. Why? Because if you get caught either charging more than the 4% or charging debit cards or doing something that they deem outside of their rules and regulations, they can either temporarily or permanently suspend you from accepting credit cards on any of their networks. So it's not a game to be played. You need to work with an expert. My name is Stephanie Cates, and I'm with Merchant Processing Solutions. You can call us at 954-938-2420 if you have any questions about surcharging, convenience fee, service fee, or non-cash adjustment. Thank you.